Hello students, good morning. Yesterday we have discussed about the Cold War era. In that we studied about the emergence of the power blocks and various organizations which has been established by the both blocks, the Eastern Bloc and the Western Bloc. There were NATO, Warsaw Pact, CETO and CENTO. So today we will discuss that during the Cold War what were other developments that took place, as we have seen in case of Cuba Missile Crisis. So the Cuban Missile Crisis was only one of the several crises that occurred during the Cold War. The Cold War also led to several shooting wars, but it is important to note that the three crises that these crises and wars did not lead to another world war. The two superpowers were poised for direct confrontation in Korea, Berlin, Congo and several other places. Wars occurred between countries. The superpowers did not cross certain limits. Many lives were lost in Korea, Vietnam and Afghanistan, but the world was spared of a nuclear war and global hostilities. In many cases, diplomatic communications between the superpowers could not be suspended and contributed to the misunderstandings. Sometimes countries outside the two blocs, for example the non-aligned countries, played an important role in reducing Cold War conflicts and averting some grave crises. Jawaharlal Nehru, one of the key leaders of the NAM, played a crucial role in mediating between North Korea and South Korea. It was the realization on superpowers' part that war by all means should be avoided. In times, the US and USSR decided to collaborate in limiting or eliminating certain kinds of nuclear and non-nuclear weapons. Starting in the 1960s, the two sides signed three significant agreements within a decade. These treaties were the Limited Test Ban Treaty, Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty and Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty. So these were the most important treaties which were done under these two superpowers to limit the use of the nuclear weapons. The superpowers signed several more treaties to limit the arms. Now next part is the change to bipolarity. Bipolarity means two poles were there. They're the Eastern Pole and Western Pole, or you can say the Eastern Alliance and the Western Alliance. So what were the changes came between these two powerful countries? We have already seen that how the Cold War tended to divide the world into rival alliances. At this time, the non-alignment movement offered the newly decolonized countries of Asia, Africa and Latin America a third option, not to join either of the alliance. The roots of the NAM non-aligned movement went back to the friendship between three leaders. Who were those? Yugoslavia's Josip Broz Tito, India's Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and Egypt's leader Jamal Abdel Nasser, who held a meeting in 1956. Also, Indonesia's Sukarno and Ghana's Kwame Nkrumah strongly supported them. These five leaders came to be known as the five founder members of NAM. The first non-aligned summit was held in Belgrade in 1961 with the objectives: first is the cooperation among these five countries. Secondly, growing Cold War tensions and its widening arenas has to be discussed and minimized. The dramatic entry of many newly decolonized African countries into international arena. By 1960, there were 16 new African members in the United Nations. The first summit was attended by 25 member states. Over the years, the membership of non-aligned movement has expanded. The latest meeting, that is the 7th summit, was held in Venezuela in 2016. It included about 220 members states and 17 observer countries. As NAM grew into a popular international movement, many countries joined it. The non-aligned countries, including India, played an important role, or you can say the active role, in mediating between the two rival alliances in the course of peace and stability. They have also worked to avoid war between other countries. This is the important phase of Cold War, in which newly independent countries played an important role by not aligning with any of the alliance and to work for establishing peace and morality all over the Europe. Thank you.